NC State. There is a rivalry brewing, an intense one, sometimes one that's a bit more vitriolic than even the rivalry with Duke. The Wolfpack just snapped a 9-game losing streak in their last game by beating Boston College and would love to beat North Carolina. And with R.J. Davis, Elliot Cadeau, then Alan Lubin and Jalen Withers. North Carolina State going with Dontrez Styles, the former North Carolina player. Michael O'Connell, who has the ball now, Jaden Taylor, Ben Middlebrooks, and Marcus Hill, who had a big game in the first meeting between the two. Ball is kicked into the back. We'll put it in play. Here is Cadeau. Cadeau had a big bucket against Syracuse to kind of fight off the orange, but he had to fight foul trouble, and that ball was tipped, so we don't have dueling over and back violations in the opening minute.
You're going to see a lot of middle ball screen action from both these teams.
R.J. Davis to beat the shot clock. Middlebrook
Amount of switching.
Withers, and he's got it again. He wanted a foul, didn't get it, but he hit 6 of his last 9 threes coming in, and he's won
When he transferred in from Louisville.
If Carolina's going to finish strong, Jay, he has to play well because he has the size and athleticism that they need up front. It's been problematic, and Taylor will have a chance for a three-point play to answer.
Pick a defense apart with no pressure on it.
9-game losing streak, as we mentioned, but they've been close in a lot of games, and Kevin telling us today that they've maintained good attitude and continued to fight. Davis again late in the clock.
One of the best scoring guards that the ACC has seen in a long, long time.
Jay, that last foul was on Elliot Cadeau, something that has been problematic for
out and guard Elliot Cadeau past the three-point line because he's not a proficient perimeter shooter. And when he drives it, you want to make him finish a tough two.
Cadeau turns it over. Styles has it, working on Davis. Dontrez Styles misses, and the putback is there as he fouled his own and got it home, and we're tied at 6.
It seems like it's always the shooter that has the best idea of where the ball's coming off. And you're not often thinking about blocking out the shooter in that sort of situation.
Powell with a nice move to the cup. A fresh 20 for the Wolfpack.
And Middlebrooks does such a good job of chasing after the ball. He's not a high-volume rebounder. He's been a high-volume rebounder against North Carolina.
Hill couldn't get it to go with the left hand. Davis trying to race ahead of the defense. He puts it up. And RJ will go to the free throw. You don't need to lose because it would hurt you to lose more so than actually winning.
A bubble perspective, and how unusual is it in this season that you've got so few.
And 2, getting only about 28% of their offensive rebounds, Jay, but pretty good job in the early going tonight.
And Seth Trimble is their leading rebounder, and he'll be the smallest leading rebounder if he continues this since 1950 for North Carolina.
Washington. Jackson, a little bit of a lazy pass. R.J. Davis saved him. R.J. and it's a timeout.
He's so good off broken play.
They've done some work on the offensive glass, and the press has also been effective too in the opening moments. And you got Marcus Hill in a little bit of trouble now, but now into the front, and there's Trey Parker with a wild one, and I left it there for you.
The Bill Raftery. Nick, we led the nation in that.
Shout out to Dave Billis for keeping you in your place back in the day. Trey Parker, Dennis Parker, number 11, is also in the game. Jackson goes by him, and Parker gets a hand on it, changes the shot. Seth Trimble from Washington for the bucket. Here's Cadeau using the Washington screen. Withers has already hit one, and now he's had another.
And that was all set up, Reese, by a terrific screen. Withers is going to play this way. Then I think North Carolina is going to be a real threat down the stretch.
Excellent job, Jaden Taylor, one of 2 returning starters from the Final Four team. Got in there, used that rear end, that caboose quite well, and he's got 4.
He was asking for a foul. He got that rear view mirror challenge defensively. Good call. Get his teammates, and physicality's not been his strength.
Turnovers really haven't been a problem for NC State of late, but they have been tonight. Good work from Cadeau. Washington tried to dunk it from distance, and he'll go to the free throw line.
And the next best team, it's got 8.
Nice. Broome has had a remarkable ability.
It's been a different North Carolina team defensively, even in the half court. And one of the turnovers, Ian Jackson did a great job of making a steal coming off the ball.
Ian Jackson for three, and Carolina's opened up a can right now. They're up by 18.
Everything the Tar Heels have done has been on point. And NC State needs to get Marcus Hill going. You know, the lefty, the transfer from Bowling Green. He had 20 points in the first game. He's their leading scorer. But he's got to find a way to get some points on the board.
Andres Styles right over Washington. Great contest.
He also had 21 against NC State the last time these two teams played.
And you know, Jay, that last one was a big one for him. He had 4 straight games in which he'd been in single digits and then had a back-to-back over games, and nobody is going over for Carolina right now. Another 3-ball from Cadeau, and lead is 19.
Well, you think the way Carolina shot the ball up at Syracuse took the lid off? They made 13 threes at Syracuse. That's not been their MO on the season, but seems to be now.
Taylor lines one up and simmers down the crowd for a moment. He's got 7. Jackson quickly into the front court, all the way in and off the window.
And that's Carolina Bastion
with the rebound. 4 different Tar Heels have hit 3-pointers already tonight. And RJ might have gotten a little aggressive, but Benalman Lubin saves it, and Davis will go to the free throw line as a foul is going to be called on O'Connell.
And one thing that has held North Carolina result getting to the line.
Lost some games, played some close games against lesser opponents. You've sort of steadfastly maintained that they are better than they're playing. At least for 12 minutes, this has been a really good version. There's another turnover. Davis open for 3. Powell, offensive rebound. Carolina, this is like old school Carolina attacking on the boards. At this moment for the season, 8th worst in North Carolina history. The shooting is greatest, around 33%. RJ Davis, for a number of reasons, no Bacot, no Ingram this year. The shots have been tougher to get, but he hasn't shot at the same rate that he has in the past.
They're getting outworked and they're getting out hustled to the ball. Those long rebounds are available to more players.
Seth Trimble, chance for a 3-point play. A little something to say to his old pal, Andres Styles, or at least formative game dramatically. 12 points per game. Didn't start tonight, but now he's got in the first half tonight. A lot of the things the Pack talked about in shoot-around this morning have not been executed very well. And Taylor continues to fight, and he'll go to the free throw line. Paramount. And that one, for those of you who might be familiar.
That shot. That's just not where you want to pick up a foul and have to go to the bench. He's too valuable.
Attitude by the time you go to the locker room in terms of building a little confidence and momentum.
Well, you'd like to get it around the 10 mark, but really what you want to just do is establish some sort of offensive rhythm.
Not much of that. And I'll tell you who does have some. Everybody. O'Connell, a rare turnover for him among the nation's leaders in assist-to-turnover ratio, but everybody's been generous with the ball tonight for NC State. Washington's all by himself inside, and he's got a half to fade away. Won't go. And those who have walked in on an open seating night here in the Dean Zone are just having a ball as North Carolina has pushed it to 46-18. Seth Trimble has 9.
Boy, this is old school North Carolina basketball. Pressure everywhere in the full court, getting out in transition.
O'Connell can't get it to go in there to put it back.
And a little bit more responsibility on the shoulders of RJ Davis, having to play point guard and also look to score with Elliot Cadeau on the bench.
Davis drives, looking to score, and does.
Carolina is getting to the basket at will. At will.
He just passed former NC State star Roddy Monroe for fifth place in the all-time scoring list. There's McNeil in traffic during the last stoppage during the timeout. If you have a look at the stats so far, and he brought the big.
Don't have to go anywhere.
Why are you being the fun
of this game? Make them stand around a little bit. North Carolina obliged.
McNeil, the freshman, showing some fire, keeping the ball alive and giving State another chance. And a 3-ball from the corner as Dennis Parker gets his first bucket of the night. Trimble used that 2-foot leaping ability that you mentioned earlier to save the Heels from the turnover.
Elliot Cadeau has operated in the inside of his own. He did it against Syracuse and was really effective.
Wolfpack looking for anything to build some optimism going into the locker room. That's a strong move, and Marcus Hill scores.
That's his first bucket, I believe. He has not been as much of a threat in this game. In the game in Raleigh between North Carolina and NC State, he had 20 points. I think he scored like their first 10.
That's right. The first 10 of the game belonged to him, doubled it up over the course of the game. Tyson to try to get it. Got it! About 6 seconds difference between the shot and game clock. Taylor has it knocked away. Shot clock at 2. He gets it off. Did not hit the rim. It's a shot clock violation. And Hubert will use the timeout with it leading the way with 13. Washington has it. Cadeau on the fly. That way it's got a pass. Tyson's going to try it again. And that is how we'll go to the half. And it's the largest halftime lead in this series since 2017. All Carolina in the first half. They're up 54-26. Back with the second half in a bit.
North Carolina State's 8. North Carolina dominated every facet of the first half, scoring over 50 for the first time since they did it against Elon earlier this season.
One of those guys off the bench is Seth Trimble, who's been starting. He gave him a bit of a lift, and the only guy who played and didn't score in the first half for Carolina was Van Allen Lubin, and now he has, and the lead is 30.
Just a nice little screen and slip to the basket. Van Allen Lubin, who started his career at Notre Dame playing for Mike Brey, then transferred to Vanderbilt. And he's really been playing as an undersized 5-man throughout the course of the year. 4 is his natural position.
Dontrez Styles, the 3 for the Pack. Cadeau cut off by O'Connell. Now Davis is guarded by Taylor out front. Uses the screen from Lubin. Davis down the boulevard over Middlebrooks, and now Lubin has back-to-back buckets.
And that was a really nice job by R.J. Davis of snaking that pick and roll, getting a defender on his hip. And any time that you go up to block a shot, oftentimes that opens up the offensive glass, and Van Allen Lubin took advantage of it.
Styles rolls in another one. His homecoming didn't turn it over. Tried to slip it to Lubin. Shot clock inside 10. Now Cadeau does turn it over. Here comes O'Connell. O'Connell all the way in for the bucket. He has 4.
I don't know where Michael O'Connell's shot against Virginia in the ACC tournament ranks in NC State lore, but it's got to be near the top.
Probably not too far behind. Van Allen Lubin apparently wants to get a
catch by Van Allen Lubin on that little pocket pass off the middle screen and roll.
It has been a bit of an issue for the young point guard. Look, he made a big play late against Syracuse, but a season low in minutes in their last game because of foul trouble. Now Taylor pulls up, knocks it in. He's now up to a dozen. Davis got hit on the shot, and Roger Ayers, Carolina's all-time leader at the free.
This we've come to know, averaging just under 18 over that stretch and shooting over 4.
Lubin working on Middlebrooks, but now misses this time. Jaden Taylor with the rebound.
Got away with the chicken wing there. I'm surprised they didn't call an offensive foul.
Taylor knocks in another 3. He's having a night. He's got 15 of NC State's 38. Withers, a lot of contact there. No call. They'll play on, and Withers has the bucket.
Well, he was right. He got fouled there.
Dennis Parker waiting to come in for NC State. Styles knocks in another 3. Marcus Hill on the run for the Pack. Now, look, this lead is a lot bigger than some, but one thing that's happened to Carolina a number of times this year is Taylor is trying to carry them offensively, is that they have given up leads very quickly. The game that they still talk about around here, there was a first half against Pittsburgh on the road. Had a 10-point lead about the last 90 seconds of the first half, and it was down to 2 in what seemed like 15 seconds. So Withers, I think, got away with a walk there. They can get lost focus at times. But Lubin is locked in and laser focused here in the second half. And Taylor trying to get Davis from getting the basketball, and he had a hold of his jersey and got away with it. Here's Tremble with a 3. Not a great three-point shooter yet, but seems to be improving every year. Here's Parker all the way, showing some of that explosive athleticism as he gets to the cup and draws figures.
He had a great game against Stanford at 19 against high-level consistency, and that's not an easy thing to do. People see guys like Cooper Flagg.
TikTok, over 1 million followers. Bodes well in this NIL world, valuation and the like. Washington rolling off the screen and creates a little more space for R.J. Davis, who rolls it in, and R.J.'s got 17.
And to that point, when Jalen Washington rolled to the basket, he rolled right into Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. Good pass. And the ball more, because when he's open, he had a few more threats last year with DJ Horn and certainly DJ Burns inside.
Shot clock at 6. Ian Jackson creates space. Struggling to shoot, a couple of games going 0 from the floor. He's found it again in the last couple of games. Good strong move inside from Brandon Huntley-Hatfield, the veteran big guy who's has
an outstanding player at Kansas for Larry Brown. His son now a freshman. He and his wife Ann are here at the game. His son's a freshman now at North Carolina. I'm sure did not cheer in front of his parents when the announcement was made. He did. And Calvin Thompson, Greg Dreiling. A tremendous basket. Danny Manning was pretty good too.
Yes, not bad at all. Your team faced them in the Final Four in '86. Coach K's first trip to the Final Four. Frustrating night for him when what has been a bit of a frustrating season. You mentioned the injury earlier to Mike James that hurt them, trying to compensate for some of the offensive firepower that they lost a year ago. Lost a lot of close games tonight, not particularly close, down 76-49.
That ACC tournament championship last year and then the resulting Final Four was one of the most amazing.
Go ahead and extend it into the NCAA tournament. They won 9 consecutive elimination games, because this is not a team that was going to the NCAA tournament without winning the ACC. So they were fighting for their basketball life. Clutch play. Bryce Hurd, a freshman into the game for NC State, made a bucket a moment ago.
And against Texas Tech, Ben Middlebrooks came up with 21 points, and that game was just a remarkable win. Serve him well.
Jay, while we're having that conversation, he did have his 4th turnover a minute ago, and you can tell it's getting to him as Trimble will have a chance for a 3-point play. He put both of his hands over his face.
Bigger than that.
This is not a vintage rebounding Tar Heel team, as you mentioned earlier. Evan Keats getting Hurd, youngster, a little bit of run here. Taylor's had a pretty good offensive night and finds some friendly snowy night banking hours here in Chapel Hill.
What's that, 19 for him now?
It is correct. He's really been the only consistent offense they've had tonight.
Well, he's their best 3-point shooter, but North Carolina's done a good job of keeping him off the 3-point line. He's had to go for 2s.
And R.J. Davis use his body, create the space, undersized guard, and still getting at Missouri.
Boy, Missouri is hard to play against. They changed defenses. Caleb Grill went. He's had to play point. He's played off.
But Johnny wanted the shots to go in.
Johnny Dawkins was a great player. I mean, and you couldn't ask for a better teammate. He was a because I figured, Johnny Dawkins got to be 6'5", and he went to the playground and he was Superman.
People stuck around.
Didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Parker looking for his first field goal of the night. Montrez Styles, the offensive rebound.
Yeah, they're going to count that basket. I don't know.
Yep.
They have to. That way they can take a look at it at least. I don't. One of the things, Reese, that's been a huge factor in this game is NC State than they did in Raleigh.
Trimble finds a cutting Withers, and Withers lost control. Styles. Montrez having a big night. Transferred here from Georgetown to NC. He played 45 games these 2 seasons here with the Heels. He's Lubin inside. Missed the easy one, got it back. Powell goes strong against Middlebrooks, and they'll get Ben for the foul. Game day will be there starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Georgia and Auburn. Remember, in Athens. Will you be watching that game and wondering why they all don't play? And Trey Parker out to O'Connell, rims out. Cadeau, Trimble ahead of the pack, lays it in. Seth Trimble with 13 off the bench.
And what a nice pass ahead by Elliot Cadeau.
He has 5 assists. The last one as pretty as they come. McNeil back into the game. And a youngster. NC State has some young talent out there. There's always a question in this era if you can keep everybody together. But Kevin Keats can keep these guys together.
Getting near him. That was a wrong-footed 2.
Carolina looking for its 9th ACC win. Looked at their schedule earlier, not a ton of opportunities. In fact, Duke is the only quad 1 game remaining prior to the ACC tournament, and there aren't a lot of them at your disposal in the ACC as McNeil drains at 3. This morning, a little bit more as you see him adjusting, maybe down the stretch even more run. One of the guys that they'll be counting on in the future. R.J. Davis off the window. He has 21.
Love and R.J. Davis, both of them after Caleb Love transferred to Arizona. Both of them the same year were Player of the Year in respective conferences.
And Alan Lubin on the follow. Another offensive rebound, and he's got 13. Neal. Perhaps with a heat check. And
The Carolina fans that came through the snow not only at festival seating, they have been treated maybe to North Carolina's best performance since the new year.
McNeil scores again. And they were celebrating the snow earlier. I was sitting in my hotel room this afternoon in front of the window looking out, doing some work in preparation for trying to live up to your standards sitting beside you calling a game. And I see these guys going down the street with a pickup truck pulling a couch with ski ropes across the slip.
They are putting up, they put up 90 points, 6 times this year or something. Wisconsin, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. As a team, they shoot 84%.
Seth Trimble shot 100% on that trip to the line. He's got 15. Carolina headed toward the 2-minute mark and cruising. These two played in Raleigh earlier this year. It was a 2-point game, and State had the ball with the chance to tie. And the aspects of college sports that once the revenue sharing comes around,
I haven't heard it.
It is. It's a way to put things together. Brought me some Chapel Hill toffee, pecan and dark chocolate, which I don't know if you have napkins in your car, but I might eat a couple of those in your car after the game.
I have had it. It is excellent, and also gluten-free.
Well, Virginia coming in this weekend.
And Virginia has really improved throughout the course of the year under Ron Sanchez.
NC State will have Wake Forest, another bubble team. O'Connell goes in and goes right into the cameraman. Michael's probably didn't love that. Cadeau tried to get out of the way. Crumble cookies.
Well, they would have eaten well when I was playing.
Here's Cadeau. And it's an easy bucket inside for James Brown. Ha!
James Brown, just a freshman. First time I really saw him play was at Kansas, where
And Carolina Blue contributing to this one. Brown off to the left
of their uniform.
Yeah.
I think they're awesome.
These are pretty similar, if not replicas of the ones that they wore when Phil Ford played, right?
They're identical.
Yeah,
And Phil Ford, Michael Jordan, this is what they wore in the 60s, 70s, 80s when they got into the classic ones. And now they've got a backcourt of 30 and 14, which reminds you of Kenny Smith and Jeff Lebo shared a backcourt with those numbers.
Heels unlikely to make it to 100 tonight. As Parker's going to try to get another one up. Step back. Ray Parker can't get it to go. Brown's got the rebound, and he's like, nope. That's the dunk, and it is an impressive performance, as Jay mentioned, perhaps the best one in the new calendar year for Hubert Davis and the Tar Heels. 97-73, the final. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jay Billis.